We're working with value shapes in this series. In our lesson 1, which was the lesson prior to this one, we were working with shadow shapes. In this lesson, we're working with shadow meets light. This is the underpainting of the freehand No 10 on the left there. Of course, the photo you were just looking at is the subject we were using, are using today. So on the left was the freehand No 10 of the subject. On the right was the refined No 10 of the subject. We're working with lights today, but not just lights in the direct light source, in the light shapes, but also what light is doing in the shadow shapes. I have created my own, I call it sap green, you could call it a forest green or whatever, with the Rembrandt Viridian. And I created that by adding 1 part of transparent oxide red. Composing painting is not a theoretical thing. It's an active thing. So if you really want to understand composing paintings, you do it. You compose. And when you're composing, you compose intentionally towards some compositional goal, like we do in these lessons. This is kind of low light, this little bush here as it goes up, it's kind of low light, and I'm going to pull that back down here. And I want to look back at the No 10 there and what the No 10 does with that light shape. And that's what I wanted to find. First of all is the angle of light, the lighter part, the angle of the center light. And that is a center light, that strongest light we see right there. Well, in this little area right here, we have all the parts of shadow and light represented in one little cluster. I see that right here, I see the shadow on this side of the trees that goes up, and then I see on these other trees going up, I see the shadow on the other side. Now, light does that sometimes because that's caused by reflected light. If we're doing impressionistic painting, this is pretty much finished. If we're doing more descriptive painting, if that's what you enjoy, more descriptive painting, then you could continue to take this by using just those principles and procedures that I've been showing you throughout this thing. I do want to throw a little bit more. I thought this was going to be the focal point right back here. So let's throw a little bit more of that strong. This is really hit by that center light really strongly right in there. So let's just get that a little bit stronger right in there. And that waterfall in the background there is really in shadow. So when it's in shadow, when falling water is in shadow, paint it using those in shadow colors. And then if it's picking up a little bit of light, then you can just kind of scumble, just right here, usually at the top. It's where it might, right there. See, kind of reflecting a little bit of light right there. We gave you an impressionistic painting here. You wouldn't call it an actual finished painting, but that's not the purpose of these lessons anyway. So you could use these principles to take your work to as close a finished painting as you wanted to.